here's the humerus. And most students dislike this bone. And when you're in lab, it's a little bit easier to do this, is you can pick the bone up, put it on where your arm would be, and then see if it makes sense. If it doesn't look like it's gonna fit and it's too long, you might be getting this one mixed up with your femur. So first let's determine front, back, left or right. First it's gonna have a smooth area right here. And this is the head of the humerus. The head of the humerus is going to fit into your glenoid cavity. So when you're studying this, the head of the humerus and the glenoid cavity means that this is going to be medial. Now how do you tell front and back? Because if this is pointing in this direction, it means that if you turned it this way and you saw the head of the humerus pointing in, and then this is going to be the front, which we'll go over in a second. This means this is going to be the right humerus. Now how do you do front and back? So front and back isn't as difficult as you would think. There's 2 indentations in the front, 1 indentation in the back. If you're holding the bones, it's really easy because your thumb fits almost perfectly in that indentation on the back. But if you're not holding it, it becomes a little more difficult. So when you're studying this, you're going to look at all the different names of all the different structures. So the head of the humerus, which fits into the glenoid cavity, because this is the front, you have the lesser tubercle and greater tubercle. And in between the greater tubercle and the lesser tubercle is the intertubercular sulcus, or sometimes called intertubercular groove. Then you follow this groove down. There's a raised portion right here, and it's bumpy, called the deltoid tuberosity. Then if you're moving down, this is medial, that's lateral, so medial, lateral, medial epicondyle, lateral epicondyle. Next to the medial epicondyle is this U-shaped structure or indentation. Looks like a spool for thread, is the trochlea. Next to the trochlea is a rounded portion called the capitulum. Then on top of the trochlea is the coronoid fossa, and on top of the capitulum is the radial fossa. And when you flip it around, you still have the head, medial epicondyle, lateral epicondyle, trochlea, but back here is you're going to find the olecranon fossa. Now let's take a closer look at those.